Hey guys, my name's Jerry. What I'd like to do is share with you a couple of what I call neuro frameworks that I've developed over the years to help me in my enrollment process. And I believe they could be helpful for you as well. So what I'm going to do is share my screen with you and just go back to my LinkedIn profile. And there's a question here that I'd just like to review. It goes like this. Would it be a ridiculous idea to spend an extra 2 minutes to front load a couple of neuro frameworks into your enrollment conversation and 2x your conversion rate on the back end? Interesting question, right? So what I'll do is I'll upload that video and put it down here in the rich media section. Okay. So the whole idea behind this neuro framework is to change your focus and intent from closing the cell, self-centered focus, to calming the physiology of the brain, which is client-focused. Now, why would that be important? Well, the importance of that is that when you are focused, self-centered, and you're focused on just closing the sale, what I found is that the emotions would rise and you would start to feel fear, anxiety, stress, and, sweats, you don't get a lot of sleep at night, right? So what I thought I would do is just change my focus and intent from closing the sale, self-centered, to client-focused, which is calming the physiology of the brain. And what I found is that I became relaxed, peaceful, and confident in my ability to, interact with my prospective clients. Now, the reason I called it the circuit breaker is it's just like the meter board in your house and your residual current devices. And these residual current devices protect you from a power surge or unsafe appliances in your house. And as you can see, it runs on 32 amps. We know the human brain runs on 20 amps. And if you put pressure on the brain or your prospective client's brain and you focus on closing the sale, you risk overloading the brain and trigger the brain to go into fight, flight, freeze response. Okay. And when that happens, no effective decision making will ever be found. Okay. So it's really, really important. Now, I didn't want to just, rely on my anecdotal evidence. I wanted to go out into the market and find out what else is there in terms of, looking at the neuroscience, aspect of these neuro frameworks. And what I discovered is that Goldie Hawn, she has what's called the Hawn Foundation. It's also grounded in neuroscience. It's a program called Mind Up, and the students develop the mental fitness needed to thrive in school and in life. And this is their web address. I'd suggest you go and have a look at it. There's 4 foundational pillars there that underpins everything. But as you can see, you've got a diagram up here of the internal limbic system, which is the amygdala, the hippocampus, and the prefrontal cortex. And what these children learn is mindfulness. They understand the physiology, and when they feel, the anxiety and the stress in their school and in life, and we know what schools are like. There's bullying, peer pressure, and all kinds of things that they have to deal with. And the beautiful thing that I've discovered in looking at through this website is that when these children learn these mindfulness processes and systems and become really aware of their physiology, they go home and they teach it to their parents, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, there were some parallels because at the time, around about 9 years ago, I was project managing a satellite campus for the infrastructure industry. Now, that industry is a really, it's hardworking, hardworking industry, but it also has hard language and hard people in there, okay? And the students that I taught over the years, around about 300 in total, and I spent about 19,000 hours, face-to-face time with these students. I had to prepare them for, the industry that they were entering into. And so I taught emotional intelligence as well as, how the limbic system affected their physiology and how they could, assimilate themselves into a hard industry. Okay, so what I've discovered is that the ability to change your focus and intent from closing the sale to calming the physiology of the brain. What that did is that when I focused on my client in that way, I had to become calm as well. So it was beneficial for me because, even the night before a presentation or starting a new day on campus, I had to, check my physiology, my energy, my focus and intent, my languaging to enable me to have a successful day and interact with everybody on site. So, guys, when it comes to your client enrollment process, I believe that this Neuro Framework is going to be one of the foundation cornerstones to enable you to take charge of your focus, your intent, your languaging, and your physiology, and look at increasing your conversion rates when it comes to client enrollment processes. So there you go, guys. I hope that's been really helpful for you, and we'll catch up with you soon. Bye.